Hello everyone, I'm Aaron Tan, Executive Editor at Tech Target Asia Pacific. Now, in this edition of Tech in APAC, we'll start off with the top headlines of the region in May 2021, starting with how a transportation agency in Australia is using machine learning. At the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Transport for New South Wales had to restore public confidence in the state's transportation network and curb the spread of the disease. Now, one of the ways that it did that was to analyze the travel history recorded by the Opal transit cards and to inform the commuter if the regular buses and trains that they had been taking were COVID safe. The insights were derived using a machine learning model that predicts how full a bus or train carriage was going to be at a given time. And based on the predictions, commuters would be advised if they could continue using their regular services or to switch to a different service or mode of transport. Now, it's a good example of how smart city projects, some of which run the risk of being white elephants, can really make an impact on the lives of people. Now, Transport of New South Wales is actually going one step further to explore the use of quantum computing, to look at all the data that it has in real time and to optimize transportation schedules automatically to prevent service disruptions. The next story is an interview with SAP's CTO Juergen Mueller, who offered a glimpse into the company's technology strategy, specifically around microservices, where more SAP applications are expected to be delivered. Now, the company has already started moving in that direction, and the best example of that is its business technology platform, that offers over 90 services, including data management, analytics, integration services, as well as IoT and machine learning. Now, these services comprise multiple smaller services, that can be used in different applications to facilitate workflow integration as well as to speed up application development. The next story is on M1's digital transformation journey, So for those of you who may not be familiar with M1, it is one of Singapore's four mobile network operators that became a subsidiary of a government-linked conglomerate called Keppel Corporation a few years ago. And I spoke to their CEO, Man, who is actually as well versed in the depths of technology as he is about running M1. Now, as an example, he has been paving the way for M1 to embrace agile development practices as well as analytics and cloud-based infrastructure at the same time, as it strives to become a digital telco. So during the interview, he shared a lot about M1's digital transformation efforts, including the need to be digital rather than do digital, as well as how he is monetizing the telco's data and going beyond connectivity to develop more holistic solutions for enterprises and consumers. Now, I'll round up my update with a security piece, specifically on how the security stack needs to be decentralized and be moved to the edge of the network where the threats are, so as to stop attackers in their tracks as soon as possible. Now, content delivery network suppliers like Akamai have been driving this message for quite a while now, as of course playing to the strengths, So I spoke to Akamai's global CTO a couple of weeks ago, and he shared some of the things that Akamai has been doing in this area. For example, through various acquisitions like Inverse, which has really built a platform that uses network data to identify undetected IoT edge devices, as well as Asavi, which is a platform that creates an on-demand tunnel through the cellular network and back to the security stack. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.